What up, y'all? It's Mystic. I'm going to go over the top 10 commands on DonutSmp to help you guys. Alright, so we're going to do /RTP, and this should take us into the world in a random location. Give it 1 second, it'll teleport us. Alright, so now we're in the normal, world and whatnot. So let's say that, you built like a base underground. Let's go down a few blocks real quick. Alright, so let's just say this is our base, right? And we want to set this to home. We're going to do /home, which leads us into the second most important command, I think, in my opinion. So we'll set this, in order to set this to home, we'll click the die right there. So boom. So now every time we want to go to this exact area, right where I set it, all we got to do is /home and then go to the number that you put. It'll teleport us. Hold on. All right, so it took us to the exact, area and whatnot. So now, leading up to the next important command, we'll go ahead and do /settings. All right, and why this one is important is because, so the public chat that shows up on the left side takes up, half your screen over there, like when you first get in. You can actually turn that public chat off, and then you can turn on and off the TPA requests, which we'll get into later in this video. And then you can disable mobs. So right now I have my mobs off, disabled on. And then, there's different settings, that's pretty important for your gameplay. And also, leading up to it is the AH, which, if you guys don't know what AH is, this allows you to buy and sell items in the game. So for example, if we want to buy something, right? So let's do AH space, let's just put blocks, AH blocks, right? So if we're looking for a certain set of blocks, so we got block of quartz, a stack for 6.6k. So we can just go ahead and buy that, right? So now we have it. Now, the next one is selling item, right? So if you wanted to sell the item, you could do AH sell, and I'll just sell it for like 1k, just to sell quick. Oops, my bad. Okay, that's a good point. In order to sell an item, you have to be holding the item in your hand, by the way. So I'll re-enter that real quick, and then 1k, and then we'll do the same thing for this one also as well, 1k. All right. So now, what this does is it puts the item on a list so we can sell to players. And actually, the block of quartz already just sold. I got 1k back, and then now this one is orders. This next command is orders. And what this does is it shows a list, right, of players asking for certain items. All I did was put /orders, but for example, if you did this /orders leather, for example, it'll show up like a bunch of just like different leather that you can submit to get money. And also, I do want to give you guys a recommendation of going down to this cauldron and pressing A like 3 times to put it on this one, most money per item. And the reason why I say this is because it'll show up the most amount of money for the very first item that you're looking for. So leather actually is pretty expensive right now. So if y'all wanted to sell that to make a lot of money, I recommend it. All right. And then the next one has to do with teleporting. So we'll start off with /TPA. And then you do have to have the other person's username. So I'm going to quickly type my girlfriend's username because she's right next to me, and we'll do a test. All right, so what this does is TPA teleports you to the other player, their exact location. All right, so now we'll wait for her to accept this real quick. All right, okay, so it's like she accepted it, and I'll show like a message in the top corner about it. And boom, we teleported to her exact location. So now if you wanted to get back to our home, like we said earlier in this video, all you gotta do is /home again, go back to the bed that you set it on, and now we can go back home. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys how to teleport somebody else to you, right? So we'll do a TP here, and then we'll do their username again. Right, okay, so now we'll enter that. Always go to the green glass to confirm it. All right, now we'll wait for her to accept that again. And boom, she's right here. So let's say, you're on Bedrock Edition and you can't use your headset or mic. This is how you would message somebody, which I think is pretty important too as well. So you would do /MSG and then their username. And then we'll just say like, hi. And boom, top left, it'll show an error and they'll send it directly to their account on their screen and they'll see the exact same thing. Right? Okay, so now that we've covered all of this, the last and not least most important command, number 10 spot on this, is checking somebody's balance to see how much money they have. So if we do /bow and then we do their username _ CC, all right, and I'll show exactly how much money they have on their account. And that is important if you're going to do trades on this server, so do not let anybody scam you. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the top 10 commands. If you guys need help, please make sure to leave a comment below. If you guys need to be able to join Bedrock Edition for the DonutSmp, go check out my other video, and I'll show you exactly how to join DonutSmp on all consoles, PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC, anything, All right, peace.